lives are somewhat like an open book test in the respect that there is much information available for us to find answers to our questions. Life is sometimes like a sporting event, and we are on a team. The team that we are on may be the winning team, or it may be the losing team. Which team are you on? And how can we know in advance which team will be the winning team? When we do introspection, we have to ask ourselves, what is the condition of our life at this time? Am I where I thought that I would be or hoped that I would be? What can I do that will improve my life and my current situation? What is the current condition of the society that we live in? How much do our individual actions affect the society that we live in? What could we do differently to improve the society that we live in? There are some answers to all these questions, some perhaps very simple, some others perhaps very complicated. We can receive answers to the questions that we have about our lives. Things that have been very effective for me in my personal life has been to start each day with a prayer. I have found that if I start my day by connecting with my Father in heaven, that He will be with me through the remainder of that day and helps me with thoughts and impressions and feelings, and gives me opportunities and circumstances which will create a better environment for myself personally and those who I associate with. One more thing that I have found that affects me in a positive way is to spend some time each day, even if it is only 5 to 10 minutes, reading in the Holy Scriptures. When we read in the Holy Scriptures, we read many things such as history, the lives of people, and things that have occurred throughout the earth's existence that have prepared and paved a way for us to have a better existence now. We receive wisdom from the information that we read as we see the consequences of the actions, whether they be good or bad, for people who lived during the times that are explained by the Holy Scriptures. I have found that the experiences of the people who are written about and their lives are very informative, and I am able to see patterns and learn ways and ways not to do things that will facilitate my life in being more productive. In so doing, it gives the opportunity for the Spirit of our Father in heaven to be close and to be in my mind, so that as I address different things that occur during the day, that I have a more broad and appropriate perspective on how to deal with those things. Another thing that I have found that is essential to my well-being in my life is to worship God regularly. It's been brought to my attention in recent times that church attendance in the United States and across the world has declined. There seems to be a corresponding increase in immorality and issues related to confusion in many areas which in times past we have not been confused about. Another thing that I have discovered in my life is that through regular worship of God, I am able to remain in tune with Him. This comes through my attendance at church on a regular basis. Church attendance has decreased in the United States and across the world in recent years. This seems to correspond with an increase of turmoil and confusion and unrest in our world that we live in. I do not think that this is insignificant to compare the two factors together. It is my assertion at this time that if we engage in these three activities in our lives on a daily basis, that we will be able to have the answers to the test. We will be able to know that we are on the winning team and which team it will be that will win. And we will be able to have clarity in the directions in which we should live our lives in order to have all that we can have to bring joy and happiness and upliftment into our lives.